Basically, I'm Abdurrahman and I'm from Dubai. The thing is, I would like to thank for all of you that, I have got this opportunity to share my experience, though I'm a current candidate of EB5. Again, I have applied my EB5 in this year itself in 2024 March, and I have got the receipt notice in 2024 April itself, just because of Mr. Abdul. I came across with Abdul in the last year, and the most important thing, everyone might be thinking, we might be spending all this money and we are investing $800,000, and how come it's secured? That is the most important part. The thing is, Abdul himself, he's having a regional center who's been monitoring all these 800,000. The only thing is, whenever they give a report for USCIS, with whom he is dealing with, those reports are being copied to you on, time by time. They are supposed to give this report for USCIS every 3 months. So those reports are being copied to you, because of which you are so comfortable and you know that where exactly your money has been spent. So you don't need to worry, where the project is going, because you yourself are monitoring by these copies that where exactly the money is being spent. So there is no worry about the projects, and these guys are dealing only with those projects in which they are personally involved. So I myself am really thankful, and I'm very comfortable with my investments and by the results itself, which has taken only 3 weeks to get my receipt notice. So really I'm thankful to Mr. Abdul. Thank you.
And we have ventured into US with a project of 44 townhouses that is incidentally falling in the target area, TEA zone. And we are coming up with 44 townhouses spread over in an extent of 15 acres. And there are we have physically visited the sites, we have chosen the site, and the plan is ready now to construct. We will be starting next month. Now, this project of 44 townhouses is spread, it's a ground and first, each townhouse, and there are 44 in an acreage of 15 acres. So when you are comparing with this or any other similar townhouses in US also, this has a lot of open spaces. And it has a lot of tree wooded areas, and there is a natural stream which is flowing along, and it's a live stream. And it's on the ridge also. And the moment you enter that, you will feel you are on top of those areas, and all other areas are much below this place. It is a beautiful place to invest in, and the revenue and the returns also will be higher, and it will be a 100% safer project. I would request you to, if any prosper applicants, to kindly consider this into that. We are open for, now we can take those EB5 applicants. We have become eligible now. Already we have a regional center in place. Isn't it, Adi? Yes. So we can accept legally we can accept those applications now. Thank you.
Basically, with how the program works, first and foremost, you need to understand that you have accessible $800,000 in funds. And most important part that I can share with you as far as investment is concerned, 90% of these applications fail, not because of the project fails, but because the investors are unable to prove the source of funds. So the source of your $800,000 or $1 million, as the case may be, has to be after-tax income in the United States, in India, or anywhere else. And the U.S. government is extremely strict about accepting money from foreign nationals that is illegal, for which the source is not legal. For instance, there's enormous number, literally trillions of dollars of funds available in Dubai, but my biggest challenge is the people are not able to prove that their funds are legal. We have inquiries coming all the time from us, hey, will you take cash? Well, not really. I'm afraid that I can't as much as I would like to, but I would be in trouble with the U.S. government. So I'm not about to get in trouble with the U.S. government, nor should the developer get in trouble with it. Now, having said that, there is no requirement that you have to have the full 800,000 at the beginning. Generally accepted practice is you must be able to show that you have or have the ability to access the 800,000. What I mean by that is you can borrow the funds, or you can get it gifted by a relative, or at least you must have the ability to identify a source. Like, for instance, you have to identify if you have a piece of land, real estate, anywhere else in the world, that whoever the owner is ready and willing to give you the money. So that is probably the most important fact that I have to share with you. Then, but like Vikram said earlier on, that if you don't have all of 800, don't despair, because there's ways around how to get that requirement. So you can start the application with as little as 200,000. We recommend that people come up with at least 25% of the required amount. And then you have to show the ability that you can borrow or raise the money in, say, 6 months at the most. And that's oftentimes developers like Mr. Babad Reddy and Tariq will be able to help you identify and layer your investment in such a way that your application is of course, successful. So again, to emphasize one more time, you don't have to have 800,000 all at once. If you have 25% and you have the ability to access the rest of it later on, that's good enough. So that, and then of course, I don't need to really remind you of the exciting possibilities that you have if you're investing money in the United States. The ability to, for your children and yourself to immigrate and start an entrepreneurial journey in the United States. So that being said, this is a brief overview. That's the biggest part I covered. Now, if you have technical questions, I'd be happy to take them. But these are some technical details that they're self-explanatory. I don't want to verbally say all those things because you're likely to forget. I believe this slide is available on the website for you too, and if you have some technical questions, I'll be happy to answer. I'm sorry, that's where the process starts. First, you select a project, select a developer, and then deposit the funds. Deposit the funds, and my office will. Oh, sorry. So my office will help you file the I-526 application, and once you file the application, we basically wait for the USCIS. There you go. Thank you. So this is where it says the process starts by you selecting the project, and again, I'm obviously a little bit partial to Mr. Pabhat Reddy because he has a project ready and available to invest money in. And the advantage of having something very unique that this particular event offers is the developer is a local developer in Hyderabad itself. He has a tremendous track record that you will be able to be comfortable investing his money. And then he has a project ready and available. And Mr. Tariq Azmi also has a project which is ready to invest, and he's here to take your questions and give you the answers as to how soon can you withdraw your money back. Then obviously the next step would be you'd get denied or withdraw your funds. But as I'm going back to the denial process, 90% of them get denied because you're unable to prove your source of funds. So keep that in mind. That's the most important. Obviously, I've done 33 projects so far, 33 applications. One of them failed. You can apply for U.S. citizenship also. One of the things with due regards to Srinivas here, there's one part, if you go back, that's, next one. Yeah, I'm sorry, go forward, sorry. There you go, before. Okay, so right after you get your processing, most people ask you, when can I get my money back? Clearly, that's the extremely important part of the equation, right? You need to get your money back. See, the regulations require that your money must be at risk for 2 years. 2 years, your money must be at risk. So after that, it's really between you and the developer when you want to withdraw your funds. After your 2 years is fund, and the process doesn't exactly match. In other words, you might get approval a little bit later than 2 years, but you can withdraw your money prior to getting approval itself.